but we're going to do UMT Glacier versus Sacramento State. This looks like we're playing Bind. And it looks like
Well, while we wait for these guys to lock in, want to introduce ourselves?
Oh, yes. I'm Ace of Spades.
And I'm Cryptic on Tan.
Yep, we're both players on Tan, and we just finished our game, and now we're casting for Glacier.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Ooh, doubles controller.
I always appreciated that. Well, actually, it looks like both teams might be doing double controller. It's not locked in, but
I'm gonna guess. I'm just making a pitch for the game. I love Soren's kind of constant idea, like let's mix it up, like trying to find a new angle. Shotguns run on site. There's like 20 smokes. I'm just putting my card down there. I'm looking forward. I mean, not guaranteeing, but there's like a 2% chance at least one site will just be covered in smokes.
I think it happens at least once.
It's got to happen once.
At least once.
Especially with so like that.
I don't know. You have all the characters for it. I mean, you have 2 smokes, you have Rays, and then
budget's shotgun. Yeah. This could easily we could easily be seeing.
Viper. And,
okay, so it's wow. Pretty similar comp except for Duelist and Initiator.
Yeah, 2 Vipers,
2 Brims.
Yep.
Breach. Oh, so they're running double Initiator instead of Sentinel. Okay. Okay, interesting. No flank watch.
Yeah, we'll have to see how.
No rush.
We'll see how Sacramento deals with not having a PC utility for for flank. Tripwires or alarm bot.
If they had a Sage, just
wallet.
Just wallet, yeah. You
wallet.
Just, lock yourself in. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it could be.
All right, so it looks like they might be trying to go up or short.
I'm not sure if this is a split or not, or
I think what we could see is like KJ Util watching showers and then push up with maybe like a contest of it. I don't know.
They're gonna run to a lot of contact really fast.
Yeah, it looks like a split.
It looks like 4 pushed up.
Vipers.
Oh,
wow! Oh my!
Oh,
they are aggressive. They're not really committing yet. Not committing yet.
They're not committed. We'll see what happens when Okay.
Okay.
Sandwich gets the first pick.
Get straight. Oh, okay.
No trade. Junsao? Is that how you pronounce that?
That sounds about right, but I think I'm the wrong person to pronounce that. Ooh, Sandwich getting 2. Wow. Yeah, this is a very aggressive play, and it's really rewarding them right now. It's a very good play.
Well, let's see. Oh,
good job.
Got 1. Viper down.
Are they going to aggress it, or do you think they're just going to hold it? I mean, they have bomb, but...
I mean, they could... Oh, Breach looks like he's getting ready to... Oh, that's just a stun. I thought it was going to be a flash.
Might not have util for it.
I'm not sure about this cross. Yep.
Not the strongest one. Gonna get out.
I mean, he's getting his value.
So far, definitely made more value than expected, especially with this aggressive push.
Oh, yep.
Sandwich
Phoenix is holding.
Yep.
Sandwich good for a 4K.
However, we got 2. Especially that was a very good way to calm it back down.
Yeah. I mean, he took his time, paced it out well.
I'm actually surprised how well Sacramento held themselves back. Didn't go in further when they could have easily just aggressed and
and
lost more. Even.
It's really easy to do as well, and
good control on their part.
Yeah,
very respectful on that.
But, I mean, I guess to UMT's credit, I mean, the KJ found isolated fights really well.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like we are
doing another A split.
Doing another A split. We are actually sending people showers this time. Looks like it's Rays and KJ.
Do you want to? Thank you. Perfect.
Okay. It looks like A site is going to be strong side. 3 people on. The Brim's going to rotate over.
Do they clear the sky out?
They're holding very passive in the hold.
Spike down A.
But it worked out for them. It seems. They got a couple picks.
Extremely well.
Granted, they are economically advantaged. So.
Yo, yes, but even so, it was still pretty well laid out.
Oh, my tummy's grumbling.
Should have eaten something. Yeah, at least water. Have you drinking any water?
Oh yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water.
Good.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Ooh, good breach stun.
Good stun, yep.
That was well coordinated. Good hold and good breach stun from spawn. Really able to rotate if he ever has to, which could be a big problem for them if they're trying to.
Yeah, he did rotate pretty fast, but granted, I mean, they knew they were disadvantaged and they were probably going to hit together. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens this round, though. I'm interested because now we're full buy, right? We should have rifles
And oh,
let's see. What do we got? Looks like 4 Vandals and 1 Bulldog.
they're
from
bonusing. So this should. Oh, and they only have a ghost on one of theirs, so this could easily go. They should go our way theoretically here.
It looks like they rotated the Phoenix from A side over to B.
This guy's pushing up showers. Viper's holding quite nice and steady on A, and they're just gonna lock it down. It looks like not really ready to rotate quite yet.
Yeah, it looks like we kind of have a defaulty wall A for UMT if they choose to rotate and then rehit later. And then it looks like Viper on the other team has a pretty standard wall where, you know, it covers hookah and long, or the entrance to it. Although it doesn't look like it went through the teleporter, which kind of, like, you know, covers showers.
Yeah. That looks like it went through lamps. From lamps. I don't know why. Or no.
No, I think it's just under hookah where she threw it. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
I think she was just a little off in the angle.
Well, because she's here. So I think she threw from there.
Oh, that could be, yeah, if
Yeah,
she
threw
threw
it
it
from
from
spawn.
the across.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Be a very interesting move. I mean, it does seem to be holding UMT back, so can't really commit when there's just so many directions they could be playing from.
Yeah.
Taking
Oh,
the TP.
Teleporter.
Again, Viper and Sky still here, able to,
left.
didn't really rotate, so anchoring the site quite well.
Sky flash from Sacramento. Second flash from Sacramento. Smoke comes in. It looks like it's going to stall out the push. Molly to follow it up. Mouse is going to get up on the box. Take a higher angle fight.
Sacramento playing this really well.
And,
Oh,
good.
gets nice.
Micah swung out a good time playing anti-flash.
Gets 2. Gets 3. Good off. Good job.
Oh, but they have to get the bomb.
Yeah.
Not enough time. They're going to save. Oh, they might get one more. We'll see. Oh, Brim good for 3.
Very interesting game so far. While, yes, 3-0, believe they're definitely starting to get the momentum, getting a bit more comfortable here, it looks like.
I think so. I think they're starting to figure out, you know, how to play a utility a little bit better.
I have to say, Sacramento having a really strong start here, really controlling both sites, anchoring, not getting too eager, very well controlled, consistent, and comfortable here.
Yeah. And you were right. I was watching the Viper, and yeah, she's throwing it from lamps, her wall.
Interesting.
Oh, possible. See if that reveals anyone.
Doesn't tag anyone, but they do know destroy it, so there's at least one here,
Yeah, they know.
potentially 2.
The only one they know about right now is the Viper.
She has played here both sides, so they're probably going to start noticing that she's just here. She's kind of anchoring.
It sounds like another Molly from Viper was thrown.
Clearing without. Ooh. Gets on the
No
site.
flash gets on.
Clears the Sky out.
Molly back sight. Sky's gonna go down.
Oh,
Oh, awkward time to reload.
Dang, he's got lineup for
all
default.
good.
That's pretty good.
I wonder where that is. It looks like it's from
Spawn.
Defender Spawn.
Sacramento really showing their tough game here. Do not really want to give up much here.
Committing a lot of utility to make sure the hold stays. And it looks like I keep trying to figure out how to pronounce the name, but Sacramento Brimstone.
Who's that? I'm just nope. We're just gonna Brim.
Brimstone?
I just can't pronounce it. I'm just gonna. That's one thing that they need to have instead of just your school name and then your tag. It's just how to pronounce your name in parentheses.
Yeah, that would be nice for moments like this.
But I mean, either way, doing pretty well.
Oh. Let's see. Can we look at the economy real quick?
Thank you.
Okay, it looks like it's a full buy from both teams. 2 ults ready for Sacramento. And we're close for UMT for Sova and Brimstone, Micah and Soren.
Yeah. Econ's pretty much the same, except for defenders have a little bit head start here.
And we'll see. It looks like they're having second thoughts about where they want 3 on A and 3 on B.
Maybe trying to pull rotates here. Just using a little bit of util and pull rotates.
Ooh, nice pick from Stars.
Orchestrated.
Traded out. Oh, Ren got 2. Did they line up? I didn't see.
Oh,
Nice pick by Malice.
Launching smoke.
Looks like Sky from Sacramento is still on site. Brimstone is holding a bit more passive CT. Ult comes out.
Last player standing.
unfortunate can't get post plant on that. They still have a bit of KJ util, so it's not all for naught.
He can. He does have the option of stalling, and they. I mean, right? They got the plants. Oh, good pick. Oh, not quite 2.
11 HP. It's just unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Sorry to spoil the party.
Wow, Brimstone 11-0.
Dang. Sacramento really showing a strong game here, I have to say.
Let's see. Looks like Sacramento's gonna have the money to buy up again, and
They are rocking the same setup. I'd be very interested if that Sky goes back to that safe corner. Maybe using some util to clear out. She does seem to default back there, and it does. Forgetting names here. Who's our raise?
Our raise.
Yeah, our raise.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, Malice. Okay, Malice does know the Sky likes to play there when they've cleared showers. They do like defaulting back into that little corner. Ooh, but this is playing differently.
Lucky
Playing
close.
very aggressive.
See, he hasn't swung wide. Oh, they get the pick anyway.
See, this is where we'll see
Pick by Vandal.
they are full on stacking. With it looks like Breach is ready to contest anyone taking teleporter.
Viper is holding showers from heaven. We committed at least one snake bite to it. Oh, they're gonna slow down. We'll see if they choose to commit. It looks like they're going to. Smokes down. Raise ult comes out.
You should run.
Prepare for hellfire.
That is a lot of ults.
There's
Okay.
so much going on.
UMT committed the KJ ult and the Brimstone ult to taking the site.
That
and,
is just
and they did take it. They've pushed them off. Viper is still heaven. Sacramento and
no one's holding it. Oh,
okay,
Yeah,
smoke's gone
stay.
away.
retaking the site with Breach ult.
Yep, Sacramento breach ult.
Raze gets one, gets traded out.
Oh, they're gonna get a pick on
One
breach for
enemy
UMT.
remaining.
Viper.
We're in a nice.
Nicely done. Yeah,
And Soren is gonna clean up the round.
I think that was very different. If you noticed, I think that was just they had 5, and instead of playing their confident, usually very peaceful, passive, controlled self, they pushed up a little bit, got a little bit aggressive, and I think that actually was there to their detriment just a little bit. Just allow them to go, dominoed a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think
Right here.
waiting out some of the utility from Sacramento and then deciding to hit really helped.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, hold on. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right, I'm hopping on the camera. Let's see.
I get to blame my co-caster if there's something wrong.
Let's see. I gotta figure out the buttons real quick. Let's take a look at.
I know what R does. I think it's right F actually, but clearly I don't know what that button does. Already got the map wrong. Press F when the next time someone tries to drop something, like a Sova dart or something. I'm pretty sure it does trail. You don't have to.
Let's take a look. Okay, someone's gonna entry onto site. Stars is going to flank the bottom. Committed the ult to it.
Ooh, gets cleared out already with that Viper. Oh,
Mango Lemur is going to get caught out in lamps. Malice sitting on top of bench, looking for a headshot angle.
well, the smoke making it a bit difficult.
Sandwich committing a Phoenix ult, try to get info on site.
Malice gets the ult and a pick on Ren.
Looks like Brimstone is moving on the site from rotating through teleporter from
They
the
have
site.
Player standing.
Good job sorting in that post plant. Control.
Sandwich, 1v3, is not going to be able to defuse, and that round's going to go to UMT.
UMT now being able to actually plant and see those post plant utility coming out is quite nice to see, as they do have a good control. It's just they kind of have to get to that point.
Oh, timeout coming in from Sacramento.
So sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I take it they were not happy with the result of that last round.
I think it comes down to the fact that they were going 0-5, and then now it's, hey, these guys are doing more than UMT really putting the pressure on now. What's changed? And I think they're going to come back in and kind of, we might see the same setup we saw in rounds 1 and 2, very passive, very defensive, and very widespread. Anchoring sites.
Yeah, could be. I think that's they're hoping that the timeout's going to give them a little bit of gap. Maybe try to let off some of that momentum that UMT is building up.
Definitely.
We'll see if that works to their favor or not, but
Or their detriment.
very well could. I mean, right? Both teams get to talk during the timeout, so it's very much a beneficial to UMT as it is for Sacramento.
Because as we've seen, UMT is getting a lot more comfortable as they kind of progress. I feel like they're really coming into their own. So the more time they have, they may actually be giving them time to comfort themselves, kind of get back in it and really keep in it, I should say.
Yeah, we'll see what both teams end up doing for.
Can we see Econ, if you don't mind?
Yes.
Okay. Got Sovo and Sky Tracers.
Glass cannon op from Sky. Well, light armor. It's not full glass cannon. Oh, very aggressive push from Sacramento. Taking A short control early.
Really starting off with their first push is probably aggressive. They're A aggressive. Okay, I was wrong. I was right on the idea that they do the same thing they do at the start. Just wrong on what part of it they would do. The aggressive with the passive. Mango Lemur getting 2. Trading out with Viper. Gets traded out. Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to pull that up. I'm not sure if our 7 key is working.
It's unfortunate.
Okay.
3v1. We do have a lot of post-plant utility here, it looks like. And gets immediately cut out.
Nice.
Nicely done, UM.
Good pick from Dracoon.
Good conversion for us coming out of that timeout.
Yeah, I think they discussed what they think Sacramento was going to do and tried to adapt to it a little bit. And I noticed they did change their pacing just a little bit. They were much slower in the hit. Okay, we're going to see the Viper Wall from UMT. Splitting the A site, which Sacramento has put 4 of its players. Mango Lemur holding close with a
Are they saving? Is that why?
judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like at least a light buy. They're looking to buy for next.
Mm-hmm. Ryan contesting Shower does lose his armor on that breach. Early rotate
Launching smoke.
for breach and Sky. They're switching place. Oh no!
Oh, they're getting heal. That's what it is.
Yep.
Heal and then went back.
Yep. However, UM's coming up on that rotate. It does look like Sacramento's still anchoring, so.
Stars is starting to clear sight, and no one from Sacramento is really hard holding it. This might be a really hard retake if UMT hits now.
Oh. Finding a timing, breach gets out.
Yeah, Rem gets out.
Gonna get cleared out quite quickly.
Gonna get cleared by Soren.
Oh,
A little bit of
out
smoke
for
spam.
For their Brin.
Nice pick on Sandwich. Sneaky Tacos is trying to hold elbow here with a Marshall. It looks like UMT has fallen off site. It looks like they want to use utility.
They do have it. Got not Breach. Brimold. Got KJ Molly's. Ooh, really aggressing there. Almost gets picked off. Could have been huge.
Last player standing.
And
Flawless.
UMT closes it out.
They're going to close it out.
Bot coming back. Out of
Good job not losing any of the guns
Yeah,
on UMT.
that's very big for the economy now that they've managed to save all their rifles.
Mm-hmm.
It's really starting to snowball here, and we can see that it looks like at least 2 players are close to maxing out, Malice and Micah for UMT, and Sacramento, it looks like they can full buy. I mean, aside from Sandwich.
That's how you survive.
Very much putting a lot of pressure back onto Sacramento, and I think that's going to... draws out the Viper ult. Are they going to push aggressive off it? Yes, they do.
Trying to figure out where exactly Viper is.
Ooh.
Dracoon and Malice.
Clearing out Cubby. The longer they stay on this, the more decay they're going to get, and one-shot potential. really can't afford to
I
stand
believe we're
here.
gonna get one, gonna get two with the snake bite.
I think I have to say it's very interesting to watch Sacramento because you can definitely tell there is definitely a lot of forethought going into the way they hold sites, and timing a lot too.
I agree. I think they're very good at their pre-round planning.
Agreed.
They've been very coordinated in early aggression, even on defense. Oh, Soren's blind. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find Sandwich with the spray. Oh, he's going to miss Micah. He's going to hide out in the smoke.
We do have credits here, so saving isn't necessarily necessary. However, it doesn't. I mean, it is a 2v5, so
30 seconds
to
left.
them.
They do have the money. It would be unfortunate to give them another gun for free.
Agreed. Many ways of going about this. They're just on the opposing end.
Yep, they both have the same idea.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Gives the
Stark's
position away.
gonna find-
Oh.
And a nice shot from Ren through the wall. Very good round for Sacramento.
Very good round. Well held. Good flip. I don't know the words.
At least we're not too worried. UMT still, of course, is doing very well economically, although the gap is closing.
But we still have defense, and we definitely have a lot of utility for it.
Right, it is a defensive-sided map, and going into this round, we do have 3 ults. Micah, Malice, and Soren.
Ooh. Dropping the bomb. Could be risky, especially since they do like pushing up here.
Launching smoke.
Yeah. Really contesting A showers. Don't want anyone else.
Looks like Turret's going to watch for any aggression. Well, Molly's being committed to a short. It looks like they have some notion that Soren and Micah are here.
Dirt went down, correct? You won't see it on. Yeah, it got pulled. So they're gonna get a little. Looks like they're gonna get a little. Ooh, backing off of showers. Oh, pushing onto a B quite quickly.
Now it's taking side aggressively. It's gonna get flashed by the Phoenix. Sandwich is gonna get a pick on Malice.
Gets
Looks like
traded
Stars
out.
is going to trade him out though.
I think we're. Sorry, we keep talking
No,
over you.
No, all good. I mean, I think we're both trying to process what's happening. Let's see. Sneaky Tacos is going to pop his ult. And they're going to find one pick off of it.
Investing utility into the post plant.
Yeah, it looks like they're pinging the bomb, trying to spam it through the smoke as well, in addition to the utility that's coming down.
They might be able to get the full and
Yep,
they get
comes the Brim ult. Oh,
just a little bit.
just a little too late. That's
The half.
unfortunate.
The half really.
Last
Yeah.
round
Yeah.
in the half.
However, good read. Still good to try. Oh, timeout from.
UMT.
Interesting. So let's discuss. What do we want to see from this next round? Do we have tab available? Yes, we have tab. Yay.
We do have tap available.
All right. So we could be seeing a breach. I doubt we'll see breach, but we definitely have that Phoenix ult. He does really play well when he's coming off those retakes. Or I've seen this. This Phoenix does seem pretty scary when he comes to his retakes. Last ult we did clear up pretty quickly, so don't know how valuable it's going to be. But we do have our KJ and our Raze ult. Definitely meaning a site push could be quite easy here. And the retakes can be quite hard if we can get to a.
I wonder where they're planning on using the KJ ult.
We've been seeing a lot of stuff up showers. I don't know if they do it on showers.
Yeah, I suppose you could, if you could get across showers, that left corner there could be a good place for the KJ ult to then take A site.
We could see, I think, a lamps push here. I think if they go lamps, just because of how easy it's to clear out with both Raze utility.
That's true.
Quickly push on, and then they can just leave it in lamps if they wanted to. That's definitely a possibility here. And then that could easily allow them to get plant and clear anyone else off site.
That could be. And of course, Malice does have his ult, so that does help in clearing those tight corners. He has the utility for it.
Looks like it's a full split push. They're fully defaulting. They just want to leave Spike at spawn. Don't want to give anything anyone.
It looks
This
like-
guy just running away. I'm sorry. That looked so funny. Oh, Soren getting an early pick on Sandwich. That no more Phoenix ult for that retake. So it's really going to be up to Ren if you can get these ults. Yeah, coming up to get these ults for retake.
Yeah, Ren and Brem. Unable to trade. It looks like UMT is collapsing onto the A side. We're going to have a split. It looks like they are going to get out and get the plants. They're planting for
Gets the
triple.
pick in Lambs. Oh.
Mouse is going to take out Sneaky Tacos with the ult.
Yeah, really holding the site down. And now Breach has no more utility to clear out any KJ ult, so if they really needed to, which I highly doubt here, this is not the time. But
Headshot angle from Malice.
ooh,
Brim's going to get it. He's expecting it, I suppose.
indeed.
You should run.
Okay, now we see the KJ ult come out, and it is in showers.
Makes sense.
Last
Turrets there
player
to clean
standing.
up. Rest is clean up.
Star's doing a little bit of damage to the breach through the wall.
Giving Ren his ult. Oh, interesting time to use that.
I don't think he has time.
I don't think he does. And he gets Mike. Oh, Micah gets him, but Micah also dies for it. But still,
Dracoon gets out.
Dracoon gets out. What's the credit at right now?
Switching sides.
Right? Switching sides.
Oh, that's
everything
right.
Resets.
You Gosh, so polite.
Oh, good. I forgot for a second myself, to be honest with you, that it was last round. That explains why he committed the ult to it, because
That makes sense. I was.
Yeah.
I think that's where I disconnect was. Didn't have time, but the ult. We saw the ult for that
The-
exact reason.
it was now or never.
It was indeed now or never. That's also why we saw it from Dracoon, because I believe I'm like two-person. That's all you have to clear out. I don't, very high investment for that, but yeah, the last round makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
You can see Twitch chat, right?
Let's see.
Make sure.
I can. It's on the other monitor.
Anyone said anything since Giga said Game 2, I believe? Was the last thing I remember saying.
A lot of suspense. A lot of suspense. And let's go Glacier. There's a first-time chat. Someone cheering on Stars.
Yay. Well, thank them. I have no idea who. It's just someone's.
Let's see.
I got the game. I'll start commentating on the game while you.
Messlissy, I believe is what it is. Messlissy, first-time chatter. Welcome.
Oh, welcome. Alrighty. It looks like Sacramento wanting to, contest up hookah, but then just putting a little bit of pressure and rotating up to long. UMT holding quite passively, just looking for contact. It looks like. Everyone's just shift walking. Oh, walks into the kill zone.
Yep.
Quite
That
rough.
is the whole team.
Breach stun goes up through Cubby, doesn't hit anyone. There's no one's there quite yet. Flash comes out, stuns Malice.
Mouse is going to back up, and it looks like, as is Micah, they hear all of the teleports pushing out of showers.
Good attempt from Stars to get that, anchor.
30
That turret is
seconds
just
left.
the turret's just getting chip damage.
No, it looks like we have a little bit of a lurk from Breach.
Out of healing.
They're just crouching on ball.
No, it looks like they suspect someone is short. Although they are all
Don't believe they're going to
showers.
expect them both on bombs. It's a very weird position for them to both to be.
It looks like Mango Lemur has used both of his Molly lineups already.
Dracoon's turret getting sandwich on the way out. Should look to die here. If I'm not mistaken, you'll get more credits.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the...
Save the sheriff. That's maybe potentially look. No one was gonna chase.
Nope.
Unfortunate for.
Looks like Mango Lemur, Ren, and I'm forgetting this guy's name. Sneaky Tacos going to make it out of that.
It's kind of a fun name.
I do like it. It is a fun name. Sneaky Tacos.
All right, would you mind pulling up the? I just want to see this. See what happened that round. Alrighty, looks like we're gonna get to see some Spectre gameplay from Sacramento. UMT still seeing that save, looking for buy. It does look like Dracoon is investing into this round, giving a little bit some armor, most likely some utility in order to still keep those sights down, risking not having a gun for the next following round.
Mango Lemur watching for flank.
They do in fact not have a sentinel, so
Scout
thus
destroyed.
does make sense.
Yeah, they do have to be careful about it. We'll see if UMT eventually does try to go for a flank.
Capitalize on that value.
Seeing a lot of people in Nuka.
Really setting up for that push that most likely we're going to see here very shortly. Now the Viper finally rejoins the team.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Ooh, Soren chipping, doing some nice chip down damage onto the sky. Sacramento clearing out sight, getting both Malice and Micah before Micah, after Micah gets a kill. Or sorry, an elimination.
Spike planted.
They did a very good job, Sacramento, you know, walking up and taking as much space as they could before needing to execute, reducing the amount of time UMT has to rotate.
Sacramento looking like a very strong team. Definitely putting the pressure on UMT to come back and clutch.
One enemy
Team
remaining.
Taco's getting the Viper. Do they think about the... Oh, they do. Clearing both...
Throwing both of them. A little bit of smoke spam.
Oh. Very...
And Sacramento is going to take that round. I'm going to hop off camera. Our cameraman is back.
Did a very good job
I did my
in the
best.
meantime. Yes, they did. No, it's been a very... Sacramento's a very tough chat. Like, it does look like they're very well prepared, but UMT is not letting them take it easy. This has been a very interesting game so far.
It's still anyone's game.
It's totally anyone's game. Hopefully I didn't make it sound like, no, this is so easily. Sorry. The way you said it, I'm like, no, it's definitely
Oh, no,
anyone's
no, no, no.
Okay.
I'm just echoing you.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Toxins going up.
I'm seeing some KJ util committed to A. Viper and KJ on A. It's gonna be. That's a tough combination for.
That's a pretty good-
Sacramento.
that's a pretty
a
good
lot of
turret.
stall.
Seeing right over the Viper wall.
Yeah,
Found them. Killed my bomb.
I bet you that was planned.
You know what? I think it was. Really showing that not just Sacramento is prepared, but also UMT. They're not letting us take this.
Prepared.
They're both prepared teams, making this a very interesting game. Raccoon sitting in lamp again doesn't have the money for a gun this round due to the fact of buying util and armor prior. See what they can do with that sheriff.
Oh, looks like they're gonna try to commit out.
Spam through smokes. Does a nice job with that ping, getting the brim down.
Yeah, very nice utility. Yeah, and they know that they have bomb now.
However, do they know how close?
Oh, shipped in the night. Passed right by each other.
One enemy remaining.
Nicely done.
Wow. A Raise Nade and a KJ Nano Swarm to get the last 2 kills of the round. You don't see that often.
Swift and clean execution, I have to say. Ooh. Sorry, I was sitting back in my chair.
Oh, gotcha. I
like-
thought maybe there was something wrong with it. You were wiggling a little bit.
I just can't sit still.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I'm the same. Oh, you know,
They're
not-
actually not bad.
yeah,
They
they're
could-
not too bad.
I have sat in worse.
Yeah, there's a lot worse chairs
There's
out there.
a lot
There's
worse.
a lot worse chairs.
This isn't bad. I'll take this. I'll take this chair any day. Clearing out. Ooh. Wasn't even able to pop the bird
Didn't
due with that new cool, like that shortened bird duration.
Killed my bomb.
Really can't really trust showers, but it does seem like Dracoon's giving the space. Doesn't seem like they really want to execute quite yet. As they do back up, maybe looking for some heals.
Yeah, maybe they were expecting, you know, more resistance trying to go into showers to burn some utility, and they didn't find it.
Or pull over some rotates, which UMT's not letting them take.
Oh, they're holding strong. Ooh, Stars is going to tag Viper a little bit, and he's going to get tagged himself.
At this point, it seems like they're just trying to pull out some utility, make UMT spend it before they have to. Soren holding a really cheeky angle here.
He's going to get a lot of information with that, knowing that no one's long.
The question is, does he push? Because if that Viper sees him, goes from being a cheeky angle to firing
Yeah, it
squad
could-
quite quickly.
Could be bad.
Oh.
Oh, nope. It looks like Sacramento's going to commit the Phoenix ults to try to go. Hey, it's a fake. Because Brim and Sky are taking the bomb.
30 seconds
Oh,
left.
it looks like they're going D. Now they're having second guessing themselves, doubling back.
Really trying to play in UMT's head, trying to get them to get around.
Out of charges.
Oh, that's the benefit of Bind and its curse. You can rotate and you can control, just move around this map way freely.
Luckily, we still have Micah here. He's going to get information that there's at least 2.
And they are quite tagged. Gets one.
Spike planted.
Going to get sneaky tacos.
Last player standing.
Ooh. I'm not gonna try.
Wow. And he's, man, he flicks 180 and manages to land the shot.
Shun Sao. I have no idea how to pronounce that name.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Doing it, just really hitting into these clutch moments and really being able to, again, making, I believe this team is just quite strong, but I love, UMT is really putting up a fight, really making sure that these sites are held. They're not rotating too early.
Yeah.
They're really reading pretty well. It's just,
They are.
sometimes the gunfights just don't go your way. It's a very, very close game, and
Yeah,
just
they're not over rotating. They're waiting to see, okay, how many do we see, before, pulling people over from the other side.
yeah, both teams are very strong on that. Really sticking to the sites, really just playing confident in their own ability. Ooh.
Stars is going to push up, maybe give Sacramento a taste of their own medicine.
Or will Sacramento return the favor? Ooh. There's just
They're
so
thinking about it. Yep. Skydog's going to clear him. Stun's going to come out.
okay. Gets Viper Molly down.
He's going to get some chip damage for that.
Placing alarm bot.
Dracoon has Bath fully covered.
Yeah, if Dracoon's able to hold showers long enough for, the rest of the team to rotate, this could be
They aren't clearing.
huge.
Oh.
They didn't clear him. He has the information. He knows
have
Breach is in the corner.
You have info in.
He's going to let Malice know. At least I believe he's going to let Malice know. Yep.
Yeah.
Called it.
Beautifully done.
Placing sentry.
Gonna boombot out lamps to clear it out. Follow in with a. Oh,
Satchel out.
I don't know. This guy is there. Nicely done.
That's a nice
Oh.
pick from Malice.
Gets traded out by the brim quite nicely.
Dracoon in a 1v2. Just a classic.
Bomb grenade out.
Classics of scary gun, but
Yep.
unfortunately, Junzhao is very prepared for it and clears, winning them the round.
Yeah, clears Dracoon out. And it was a little long range for that classic.
Yeah,
you know.
it's deadly.
It's hard.
It is hard though. It can be quite deadly though.
You can't cover all those, that big open site with, just the classic. You kind of have to pick one. And
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they got plenty of damage off. I think they're keeping it close economically.
Speaking of which, do you mind pulling? Thank you. Awesome. All
Yeah,
right.
still pretty close.
Yeah,
Sacramento up a little bit, but we're going to see a full buy from both teams.
which has been crazy. I think what's one thing that I've noticed is just UMT is really making sure you're really keeping an eye on not only their mental, but not mental. Wow, I cannot speak the word economy. Micah getting one fall, and wow,
Wow.
really giving them a rotation
Micah,
around benefit.
Malice, and Soren all getting early picks.
Oh, gets
Mango Lieber hiding in the smoke.
Bomb buddy out. One enemy remaining.
Nice spray transfer from Malice.
there we
Ooh,
go.
and a crispy headshot from Stars.
Capitalizing on the lack of Sentinel and really giving a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah.
The aggressive push, really shutting them down. Nicely done on UMT.
I think they really are starting to get into each other's heads and
It now forces them onto a eco. This is
yeah.
really, again, like I said, UMT really having good control of their economy and making sure that not only they're in a good spot, but they're also making sure that the enemy isn't.
Right.
Really making sure. I think that's one thing that I've noticed is they're really making anytime that they need to, they're up. They're really they can full buy exactly when they need to.
Yep. They're very, very in sync. They're coordinated.
Exactly. It's really well done. Ooh.
Possible TP
Oh.
play. Oh,
Ooh. Getting a lot of chip damage
nice
and getting a
ult from
kill.
Malice. Dracoon's gonna pick up the pick on Sandwich.
They are aggressing this. They do not want anyone having bath control. Really, again,
And they have Spike.
they realize now. Give them a taste of their own medicine. They're really getting into the aggression. The question is now: can Sacramento are they going to counter this, or is this going to be?
Can they convert?
Can they convert? No more timeouts remaining. Right? It's one per. Is it per round or per game?
I think it's one per half, isn't it?
Okay, so they do have a timeout remaining. So we could see a timeout after this game, as Sacramento really tries to see how are they going to counter this new UMT playstyle. However, UMT it's not over yet.
Ren's gonna pick on to Soren.
Getting flashed.
Low Ren is very low.
This is a very low team. Ooh, even lower, but still alive.
Sneaky Taco's also low.
Get out of here.
getting out with just a little bit of HP.
Yeah,
Team has fully rotated over here now, leaving B defenseless, but it does seem like they do want to commit to this. They're reduced
30
HP.
seconds left.
Everyone's just 1 damage.
Looks like our Sova is coming over. Micah to help reinforce Showers. Looks like they decided it wasn't worth it to keep holding Showers and just to give them the space, and now they're going to just try to hold sight.
Play some time. Again, that dichotomy, being able to switch between that aggression, but also being able to be smart, realize that they don't need to give the weapons, they don't need to, they have what they need, and they're going to win the round out. And it was a well execution. Good job, UMT.
If we can take a look at the economy again. Yeah, we're going to see a full buy. I think if UMT weathers this, I think they might just be able to take it all the way off of momentum.
And again, there's the timeout.
Yep, and there's the timeout.
Hey, called it. At least, really, again, how are they going to counter this? So we could see a very drastically different playstyle coming out of Sacramento, yeah. It could be a full aggressive of their own. They've had a lot of success pushing out through one choke. It's dangerous, but it has gained them the most value. And it means that they could potentially, contest a head-to-head 5-stack. Because at the end of the day, you don't need as many attackers to defend. Whereas defenders, you need as many as you can get.
Right.
A player difference is going to be really noticeable there. So you could see a head-to-head. It looks like UMT is going to really play this passively. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say passively. They're not 5-man running it down
right.
like they have the last 2 rounds. It really does look like. So UMT's already played a different play style, and it looks like it just really questions: is Sacramento going to change their play style at all, or are they really just talking it out, really slowing the momentum down?
I think that Sacramento's best hits have been the ones where they stack 5-man and then hit fast. Although it's hard now because if you go A, you have to push into Viper and KJ, and that's a lot of stall potential. But if you hit B, it's strong side. There's we had Sova, Raze, and Brimstone are all there.
Alrighty, then it looks like we're going to have I'm betting what's going to happen is it's going to be 5-man long. They're going to really try and pull rotations over. Brim's going to stay there, and really when everyone feels like they made enough pressure, they're going to take TP or rotate out and just plan on site. But it doesn't look like Hyper or KJ are going to give it to them, making a lot of noise, but rotations are still there. KJ, Alarmbot's going to stay in that tag anyone coming out of Showers, really giving them all that information they need.
Alarmbot triggered. UMT now knows there's at least one Showers.
Not only one Showers, the one carrying bomb. This could be a very risky play for both teams. Oh, unfortunate happens. Brim gets that trade, and it looks like they're going to start rotating over now that there's one less anchor on A. They're going to plant and rotate.
If
Viper's still having the
fast here, this could be huge.
Huge, get out. Yes,
Spike is not planted. Stars is going to commit the Viper wall and a snake bite to try and stall it out. It looks like Ren is going to try to peek over to get the pick on Stars. It doesn't happen. They're just dumping utility on him. Oh,
just unfortunate. 4 bullets remaining. Needed to pick it up.
But he bought enough time. The team got to rotate. Bomb isn't down, and it's now a 2v1 in favor of UMT.
Currently rotating slowly through lamps. Kind of been uncleared out. No one knows where they are. It doesn't seem like they really have an idea that she's in lamps. Getting a timing so far. Able to push out, but isn't easy.
Very good pick from Micah.
Really just a great round from UMT. Again, it was surprising, crazy well done. Even though they lost an anchor, they had the perfect timing there and didn't aggress it. They had the anchor and they stalled it out, and it was beautifully done. That's just, again, both teams really here. They have you can see it going on, right?
Right.
If you know what I mean. You see them both actively thinking, how are we going to play this out? And that's adaptable. You're seeing that change on the fly.
Little adaptions here and there.
Very small, but still big enough that they win rounds.
Right, the impact is there, and a great hold from Stars.
Really dart into B spawn. Doesn't tag anyone yet, just playing very passive. Maybe looking for a default here. Really trying to see if they can bait UMT into aggressing them. Could you mind pulling up tab? Thank you. Yes, it's because they are on a save. Figured, yeah. So really going to be playing ratty here. UMT does have the econ advantage and the gun advantage, so we could really be seeing some rattiness here.
Yeah.
They do have that double controller, as both teams do, so double control and double initiator, so rattiness is definitely possible here.
And UMT has a lot of information now that they've committed utility to take that space for B long and for outside of hookah, try to play that longer range that's advantageous to their weapons.
Ooh, are they gonna aggress it? Okay. I thought they were gonna get timing walked in. Brim did get the information on Belong, so he does know that they're here. It does seem to be forcing them out. It does actually seem to have brought some rotations over from
Yeah, it looks like
A.
Malice is rotating over to B.
But leaving their anchors down, sites, as we saw last round,
Yep.
just one anchor alive can really slow down a push and prevent it from even being a win. Especially that was a full buy. This is a half buy, which is also
Right.
just as scary though.
30 seconds left.
It is scary, and you know they have to commit soon. Yep, Phoenix is going to commit the ult from, I believe it's Sandwich. Sandwich is going to get stopped by the Arbor Stone's ult.
Oh,
Stars is going to get 2!
Stars with the spray Oh, that's crazy. That was wild. Spray transfer for the lifetime right there.
Yeah, and we see a ult from the Sova trying to deny the plant. Mouse is going to push through smoke and get an excellent timing. Soren's going to get Viper.
Glasses and lamps, and they notice it, and they
They
get
know.
the pick. Let's go. Good job, UMT. Really bringing this back. They are, I feel like every time they've taken a timeout, it's actually been in UMT's favor. Really allowing them to say, how are they going to counter this? And at the end of the day, I think that they've really got a good read on Sacramento now. They started off with Sacramento had that great start, but
Right.
it's really at the end of the day, it's how you finish. And UMT's really pulling it back.
UMT has adapted very well to, you know, and they've had excellent reads so far. You know, not over rotating. You know, we've said it. I don't know how many.
It's so
times
true,
now,
though.
But
Again, it may be the smallest thing in the world, but the smallest thing can give the most value. It does look like they're going to try and aggress teleporter here. And, if they do split it, they could have a massive, another Razel, which we saw just a few rounds ago. But the question is, do we see that? Oh, already down.
Okay. Yeah, Dracoon now knows.
Comes down to the timing.
Coming. Okay.
Oh, they're not going to push through teleporter. Really not aggressing
pulling
that.
a lot of rotates.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't hit quick, UMT is going to have time to rotate. It looks like they're going to leave, I believe it's Soren behind, try to hold it. The Viper ult's going to pull everyone, though.
Going to see if they can get off-site. They can retake it when they have a lot of utility for that retake.
They can, you know, they can counter Viper ult. They can use
They don't even have bomb down, so
KJ to try to push him out of the ult.
Stars gets the trade.
Stars gonna get, yep. Well, Stars going to pick on Ren, and then he's going to get traded.
I'd never know good English.
I had to think about it for a second, too. It came up so fast.
It looked like they had traded them each other out, to be entirely frank, but it was actually got the Brim, then got traded out by the Preach. Good.
Yes. 40 seconds left on the clock, and the bomb has not gone down yet, although Sacramento does have that nice little corner of A site.
They're looking for it. Start the plant. Can they get it down? They do get it down. Boombot going to go in, gets nothing, but does give their location away.
Oh,
Ooh!
he's going to sneak by.
Oh.
Wow.
This is just, it's like on the edge of my seat. Like I'm watching this and I'm, Util actually, she walked in, got the damage, but doesn't get the line of sight, can't see anything.
UMT needs to begin coordinating. Oh, Viper's going to drop the... No, they got the pick on the Viper.
Yeah, it was huge.
One
Ooh!
enemy remaining.
One left.
Okay, now he just needs the stick, and then the team needs to hold for him. He's going to swing out.
Yes! Nicely done, UMT. Really good job. Just, again, like, you see it from both teams.
Yeah.
They help that well. They're like, but it's just, UMT's able to get that rotate in. They don't push fast enough. UMT getting the timeout. Interesting.
And a great play from, Dracoon, covering Malice so he's able to defuse the bomb.
Yeah. This is just a wild game so far, and I think that they're both really surprisingly quite well matched.
It's very even, yeah.
It's super even. You both see this. You've got just quite well reads. I think if one word I could describe this is just reads. Both teams really, or I should say positioning at the end of the day, but you get the idea.
It's a bit of both, yeah.
It's a bit of both. The idea that you just watch as both teams it's like a back and forth on a chessboard. Nothing's really happened, but at the same time, rotates are happening, rotates aren't happening. People are moving, people aren't moving.
Right.
Picks, and when they come, and it's just a chain reaction.
And, I mean, you can see it, the start was a little, it could have been a little rough, but, they've also picked up the, being able to trade and covering each other. And
I think we saw a very nervous UMT at the start here. Just really not, haven't come into their own yet. And now that they're really playing as a team, coordinating well, and really you just see it, and it's just it's a great sight.
And they've brought it back. It's 11-11. It's very, very close. And it looks like Malice is now the highest KD player, taking away from Brim.
What was it, 11-0 at the start? that's turned around nicely here.
Ooh.
Any chip damage? Doesn't seem like it got any chip damage, but allows Malice to push up quite nicely. So one thing I'm worried here is, yeah, these smokes. A lot of the time, UMT's been getting really pressured here by these smokes. So, well, like, by like people just ratting in their smokes. So I like to see that Malice is just holding the smoke, not really pushing in yet. Gets out, doesn't need to engage, knows where they are, gets the info, and gets out. That's at the end of the day. That's very vital. We do have Viper rolled, but they might be saving it for the next round, that crucial round-winning round, but they might have to invest it here just so that they can make sure that they gain it. But so far, again, nothing's really happened. No one's died, or sorry, no one's been eliminated, and yet just positions changing, moving. Right now, it does look like UMT is expecting an A hit, but they do have those B players really able to just, all they need to do is stall just long enough. They've got the ults for it.
Oh. And it's really unfortunate for Sacramento that Sneaky Tacos is the one that took all that chip damage because he's unable to heal himself.
The one person.
Right.
Time to hunt.
Oh, looks like... Yeah.
They don't clear out.
Oh, they didn't fully clear.
Oh, that could be huge. Micah has the...
Micah with trigger discipline. He's
Man.
waiting for it. Oh, he's waiting. He's waiting.
No one there to trade him. And then down a Sky. That's huge.
Malice gonna get a pick. Let's go. They're pushing on the side. The rotates are gonna come in.
Oh my
Whoa.
god! I just want to. That's my round. That was just well executed. Great.
Good all around.
Just absolute great. Just well done. Great trigger discipline. You know, it's kind of at a point where they either pushed in or they didn't at that point.
Right.
Even once you lose your Sky, you're like, we're either going in or we're not. They're going to be here any second. And they, again, UMT just, even with yeah, one UMT is all it takes to just get that slow bit. And, you know, just the playing from both offsite, onsite. And it forces into a save here.
Yeah, and that's rough because, you know, Sacramento has to pull out this round in order to bring it to overtime.
So they're pulling up their traditional run it down one lane.
They're going fast.
They are running it down, and they are, again, stacking it. I think that's where we've seen Sacramento really shine. It's dangerous, but it's really given them the most value, and it does look like it's taken a lot of chunk damage out of them. But they do get the plant down, and it does look like they do have some post-plant ideas for it, even though they are saving. So a UMT retake is very possible here.
Bomb grenade out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough position. Oh,
Oh.
looks like Stars is getting some.
Sandwich is
some picks.
Sandwich has accidentally killed Brim. This is entirely game changing. Can they stop the Viper from getting any mollies onto this? They can.
They do. Oh,
One molly.
One molly.
One molly.
I think they have time though.
I think they have time. I do think they have time. Even if it's just one molly.
And it's halved.
It's halved. They got
have,
this.
They have so much time.
Oh my, good job UMT, but also good job Sacramento. Both teams very neck and neck.
Very close.
It was a very good game, and I'm really looking forward to that Lotus game that's following up here. Was it UMT or?
I believe yes. So map 1 was Bond. The pick was from Sacramento, and then map 2 will be Lotus, which was UMT's pick.
Perfect. Well, so that's going to be, I'm going to be very interested to see here, especially since, you know, we see this, I think Sacramento's been this very well coordinated team. And I'm really wondering is if we go into the second map, how that conveys to a map that is usually unconventional.
Right.
You know, not a map you're really going to have a lot of setups for. Sacramento really relying on having a lot of great reads and setups. But the question is, will that convey into a map that's unconventionally picked?
Yeah, and, you know, it's hard to say, you know, because Lotus is unconventionally picked, and I think UMT has that working for them. However, you know, Sacramento has been very explosive, and for such a big map, those rotates can take a really long time.
It is, again, we got a first map, could go either way, and I'm really thinking this as the second map coming in. We could see it again go either way, and I'm really looking forward to this game keep going. However, we are going to take a 5-minute break, it looks like, here for both teams. Yeah, and in about 5 minutes, we'll start it up again. I believe there is a...
Yeah, I know.
We're not the streamers here.
I was in the middle of that second half. I was put back onto the cameraman, and we're not exactly sure what all the buttons do.
Seamless transition. They'll never know. Trust.
Let's see.
There's only so many buttons. This is scarier. There's a back button too. Yeah, we could also just talk to chat if anyone wants it.
Oh yeah, I believe it's over here somewhere.
You have to
Try
your full screen.
tab.
Your full screen. That's all. There we go. Perfect. Yay. Hey, so one more Glacier. Good with the good. I mean, it's been a great game from either team. I think both teams should be happy here as a start. Just, I mean, seriously, Sacramento having those really aggressive first round engagements, and it was just,
yeah,
it was extremely entertaining to watch. It's just both teams like explosive fireworks coming up at those beginnings. You know, you got Sacramento at the start, and then you got UMT at the end, and I think it's
Right.
gonna be really interesting as we go into map 2.
Yeah, we'll see if you know, if the strats are similar, if Sacramento's going to rely on that you know, that explosiveness to take sites, or if, you know, UMT is going to be able to adapt and overcome again. And it is their map, so we'll see.
Hit the little button there.
This one.
Yep.
And we're back for the second map between Sacramento and University of Montana. Looks like our map is going to be Lotus. And it's just, so far, we've seen a very explosive game from both teams being a firework on just both teams have just had really great defense rounds. And it's just, I'm really looking forward into this Lotus game.
Yeah, great coordination from Sacramento and, great adaptation from University of Montana. So it's, it's been very close. I don't want to say it, but, this could very well go to map 3 depending how, this goes.
To be honest, I actually would like to see a map 3 just because of how very interesting these teams are and how explosive they've been between each other. They're really pushing each other's boundaries, and I think this next Lotus game is really going to accentuate that even further.
Right, yeah. I think we're gonna see, maybe a little bit of different play style, just kind of looking at the roster here now. But, one moment.
Choose your agent.
Sorry about that. Just had a visitor here at the studio. Alrighty. We are looking at a very interesting... We're still running... I think both teams, if I'm not mistaken. No. Okay. My mistake. So, UMT is still running a very similar double smoke comp, just mixing up the brim for an Omen now. Also being... Oh, wait.
We do see a few...
We have our names back, that's why.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to do that on...
Press tab. We'll just make sure.
I'm pretty sure that we are.
Yeah, we have it back. I was reading Sacramento. I'm like, that's not right. We might have to physically type it. You might have to go on OBS and just press left click.
Let's see.
Sorry about this. Just 3-minute delay. It's no priority. OBS.
Okay.
Into that.
Yes.
And then go to UMT. Double click.
Can I just drag? Yeah.
You can, but then you get this really... You have to do that. Just Control Z it, Control Z it.
I see.
Sorry. Double click on it. Anyone. Actually, just click on it once and just drag in. That's VAL capture. Should be. Sorry about this. Here, we'll switch. You focus on commentating. I'll edit this because this is pretty easy.
All right.
We'll switch each other's skill sets. You're a better commentator than I am.
All right. Let's see. having the
jungle gym cables. All right.
Okay. Well, let's see. It looks like that. I believe it's Sacramento. Sacramento's on yes. Sacramento on top is going to be planting B, and it looks like UMT is going to begin the retake. We see Sneaky Tacos get a pick on the Malice, and Stars is going to trade. Raccoon's going to be good for 2, getting a pick on Mango, Lemur, and Jensuno. We're going to have to let it have him tell us how to pronounce it.
We need to know this. This is vital information. I want to see more of these games. I need to know how to say the name. All right, I believe the names are updated now.
Okay, perfect. Yes, it appears so.
Press tab just to make sure.
Excellent. Yes.
Kill beans.
And UMT is going to take round 1.
Oh, already coming out.
Sacramento already coming out with the timeout.
I forgot the keywords. Okay. Just kidding. All right, perfect. Sorry.
Wow, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting a timeout
this early.
This early, yeah. I mean,
you do get one per half, so
right.
I mean, if you need one, use it. But very interesting timeout.
Normally, round 2 is very straightforward. The winning team, purchases up to maybe a light armor and then a rifle of some kind, like a bulldog, or you typically see a full armor and then a Spectre, and then whichever team didn't win round 1 will maybe either gamble stack, try to make something out of their economy for the round just to do damage, and then but it's usually pretty straightforward. Whoever wins round 1 is usually 90% of the time
gonna win round 2. Yeah. So again, very interesting starting off here, but maybe there's something we just don't know yet.
Maybe they have a trick up their sleeve,
or it could be to slow the roll. Is you don't really want this team, UMT, once they get the roll going.
It could be, It could be, just for momentum, just to slow it down.
We will only know as time progresses, because we got the next round.
It's coming.
Let's go.
All right, I'm gonna press F. I have no idea if I'm pretty sure that'll follow this raise nade. It
Oh, it
does.
does. Oh, you have to like.
Hold it. That's
Hold it. Interesting.
weird. Sorry about that. We're experimenting with the technology. I wanted to see a
Yeah,
raise.
that's probably it was a little disorienting, but you know, I like the idea. You know, the breach stun into the raise nade and then satcheling in, looking for picks. Star's gonna get a good pick on the sneaky tacos, and then going to get another one
Oh, wait.
onto Omen.
He's one. Stars is one. You have
One
to.
enemy remaining.
You really have to learn these controls.
Yeah, I like to look at the mini map and just look at the numbers.
Oh. You know, I've been seeing that this entire time. I am not going to lie. I had no idea that's what those were.
Oh, good. Yeah, I thought it was just just a, some for the computer random player number assigned, but yeah, no,
Yep.
it actually does link it to the.
Well, that makes sense. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
Perfect. All right. So it looks like. Ooh, switching it up. Malice not. Oh, just going for the Bulldog. Never mind. I lied. I'm betting they're going to try and do a raise nade here off the bat, similar to the way they did it just then.
Yeah, they haven't hit A yet, so they may not know what it looks like. And the Viper Wall is indicative of the hit being here.
Ooh.
Oh, they might get fade.
Oh,
Out of charges.
just so close, but does get a lot of chip damage. That's going to play a lot into this following round.
UMT gonna take a lot of space. Malice double satcheling onto I believe it's Ruins.
I believe so.
It could be Rubble. It's something.
I think it's called Rubble.
It
Now
might
that
be
you say that, I think it's called Rubble.
Yeah.
Ruin sounds like a cooler name, though.
I mean, I like the sound of Ruins, but I didn't make the game.
How could you not make the game?
I just play it.
Alright, he starts getting just a pick on that fade. That fade being really bullied this round as they're trying to push up B really slow. Dracoon really holding an angle. Oh, does get flashed out. Does allow them to cross, but doesn't push them out onto site. They're following up with their flash of their own. Ooh,
Yeah, we're gonna see a high tide from Harbor.
a lot of util being dumped here. Whoa.
Yeah, stalling the push. Sandwich very low. It looks like he's gonna use his molly to heal himself.
Really, it's a very different. I feel like this is a very. I mean, it is
Yeah.
round 3, so we're seeing a little bit more investment into the round,
Left.
but it's a very different playstyle.
Right. Yeah, we haven't seen a full buy from both teams yet, so it's hard to say. But
really
yeah,
is.
The pacing is very different.
Stars also has been really popping off this just to start off, really taking a good start in the lead. We're
Yeah.
already at 6-1. Not really giving them much space to work with.
Yeah, it seemed like he needed to warm up a little bit for map 1, and now he's good to go. He's what is he, 6-1?
Yes, 6-1.
6-1, and 1 assist.
And we have a lot of. Oh my gosh, we'll have bonus this round, and then theoretically we can go into the next round.
Right.
Yeah, either bonusing off their rifles or buying another set of our own. So really not hurting for money here. Really gonna be.
Yeah, we're seeing already. Stars has the ult ready. Oh, looking for an early pick, isn't going to be able to find it.
Does wall off entrance. Once it fortifies, it does take a pretty penny of bullets to get broken. I forgot my words there.
They do have rifles, so it should be a little bit easier for them to get through. But
Ooh.
we'll see. Dracoon's going to get picked on the sandwich. He's going to get traded by Omen.
Ooh. Oh, unfortunate. Unable to.
Yeah, Run's going to get a pick on Stars. We'll see if they're able to free him from the ult. It looks like yes.
Spike down. C.
Maka gonna get a wallbang on Omen. Soren going to get a headshot onto Viper, and Sneaky Tacos is going to trade out
Flash out.
and get a pick on Soren. Mal's very fast on the read there, seeing that Sacramento was rotating to go B.
Face your fear.
See the Fade ult come out. It for sure gets Malice. I'm not sure if it got Micah. It doesn't appear so. So they only know that there's one C connector. Oh,
One enemy.
great pick from Malice onto Ren.
Like Malice pushing in deeper.
Player
Sneaky
standing.
Toss is going to get the pick on the Malice. Micah needs to, I mean, he has to go for it. He doesn't have a whole lot of time now.
Ready.
Fake defuse. He's going to get the pick onto Sneaky Tacos. Ooh, and it's going to be close.
I think they don't get it. I think that's just 0.1 of a second difference. Yeah.
Close.
Oh,
Yeah.
0.36.
0.36.
Just a little bit unfortunate. Good idea, good execution. Just a bit unfortunate in the timing.
Yeah, the timing it wasn't there, If I believe it's the KJ, swings maybe a second sooner or maybe,
I think it's just, yeah.
It's unfortunate. Like it could have been done.
It just happens. That's unfortunate. That's how the way of Valorant.
Yeah, a very very good round from both teams.
But I think that's what's amazing so far is both teams are already showing a very different playstyle from how they started their first map. And again, when a team gets comfortable, they can easily get flip-flopped. So it'd be very interesting to make sure that UMT holds this lead, doesn't get cocky, and really just keeps their nose to the grind.
Sacramento they've really changed their playstyle. We're not seeing the explosive 5-man takes that we saw on the last map. They've really slowed it down. They're defaulting, and I'm not sure if it's intentional to try to punish UMT to see if they get aggressive or not, or maybe they just they're a little unsure of the map and how to play it, because
again, this is a very unconventional pick, and it's very much playing so far, as we've seen so far, into UMT's hands, as in just the type of map sometimes will determine. Bind was clearly Sacramento's pick just because of how they're explosive and how they controlled the map. But sneaky talk is getting the Dracoon already, really pushing on to be fast. Getting the I can't switch to them before they're gone.
Yeah, Soren's going to trade out and get a pick on the Sneaky Tacos, and then
I
believe
come on, flank timing.
In the 2v2, Stars might have a pick here. It's unable to land the shot.
No, they do know one is flank. Do they think or suspect a second? They do not so far suspect it, so this could be a very, very lucrative flank. Words?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sacramento is, well, I'm not sure. They didn't plant for mound, so they were not intending on going back out toward main, which is usually standard for it. Instead, it looks like they're going to go waterfall. I think having heard the breach utility, yep, now they're going to turn around and they're going to hold from waterfall.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Going to this next round, we do look like we're going to have a few ults. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd actually, based on how early we saw a timeout from
Sacramento,
if this keeps up, there may be a chance that UMT is really going to see if they can do another, timeout and try and see if they can convert it back into their own. But at this moment, it's still anyone's game. And actually, if anything, it's the definition of everyone's games. These rounds are really going either people's direction. It really is, and they're close. They're not split at all.
No, there is. I do not think there have been very many decisive rounds. Especially on this map. Maybe earlier on in the previous, but
this is different. This is drastically different.
Soren's going to commit his ult into stopping the push for B site. He's going to get an excellent pick onto Ren. Going to get traded out by Omen. Mouse is going to get a pick on the sandwich.
One enemy remaining.
Mouse good for a 3K. Mango Lemur is going to get a pick onto Micah. It is now a 2v1 in favor of UMT, although Sacramento has a lot of stall utility as Viper.
And ending.
Stars is going to try to, it looks like, keep him off while he tries to defuse. Now you can shoot in through that barrier, but you cannot walk through it unless you break, either one of the tips or the center. Stars is going to get the pick, and it looks like he has plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Wow.
Plenty of time.
My headphone's entirely glitching, so sound cues are complete. I won't.
Oh yeah, same. It seems to have cut out. I don't know if that's something with the DAC.
Hopefully that's not something on stream, man.
Hopefully everything is fine and dandy for the viewers at home.
Well, that seems like I think that fixed it. I think it was the DAC. I think we've just been playing monkey bars with, and there's the timeout.
Going back and forth. Yep, and you were right. There's the timeout.
I've been calling these timeouts. I have no idea why I don't know why. As in, I don't know what they're talking about. I would love to get into these comms and really see, what are they talking about? But I don't think that'd be very fair to anyone who watched the VODs from enemy teams and tried to. Right. But still,
as a viewer, it would be nice to know if they're saying what they're thinking.
What are they trying to get out of these? And what makes a timeout that we've seen so far from UMT so effective in their conversions, going from going to timeouts and then winning the following immediate round.
Right.
What kind of communication goes into that? What plotting? What are they really talking about in order to make sure that they win that following round? But again, we have to make sure they win this round.
Right. And sometimes it could be, hey, this round might be not so great for us. We just need to plan for the next round, and what are we going to do for there?
Mm-hmm. You can spend a time on whatever you like, calming your mentals, chilling your nerves, talking about what dinner you had tomorrow night, what you're looking for tonight, anything, homework, or how to win the game. But nah,
Could be any of those things.
could be anything. Yeah,
Could be anything.
But I think UMT's priorities are clearly in the food department, so I'm not worried.
Sound sensor out.
All right, it looks like they're going to hold a different. Breach is now looking to stun any contact, but oh my gosh.
It looks...
There are 3 men rushing it
Okay,
up
yeah,
B.
Cocoon using his ults to scout out B main. And it looks like we've gone 1 for 1 here.
Yet, it's 1-for-1. Vandal versus Phantom, I believe. Not Phantom, I think it was a Spectre. So we
Yeah, it seems that Sacramento is... they do have at least a rifle, but a lot of SMGs and a Marshall.
Bomb buddy out.
really just sitting up in B main. Don't want to be... I think they're just trying to really default here. They really want more guns. It is very difficult to push if you don't have the right, especially in this kind of environment where
With the right tools.
if you don't have the right tools for the I was going to make a pun reference there. I think that was a bad idea.
Well, regardless, we see Sacramento just kind of backing off, and I guess they decided that B is not worth it. With how much early pressure that they received from UMT trying to hold it. Mike is jiggling the corner. Shot's going to be taken at him, and he's going to be calling
30
out.
seconds left.
I think he
the
gets
rest
a
of
couple
the team.
stunned there. And again, like we talked about earlier, usually it's difficult if it's breach. You can stun anyone, but if you don't get value off, if no one trades off.
Right.
However, in this case, I believe it was quite useful, as it just
Yeah.
barely. UMT is very much on this kind of cutting it close, getting just enough time to have them rotate over. However, they have the Viper pit out, so that could be anyone.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see what is going to happen from it. I was going to say, well, we could maybe see utility from Malice trying to clear some of those close corners with the boombot.
Good combined swing. You can see there was just that coordination, and just
And an
gets
excellent
traded.
trade from Stars.
Really, this team, it's amazing how you can their mental you can just see is just there. They had a rough start. They did.
Right.
Let's be real here. They had a rough start, but they've really stayed in the
They
game.
brought it back.
They didn't just bring it back. They've also not gotten so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far. We'll preface that. So far, they've really made sure that their aggression is controlled. It's timed really well, and it's coordinated between just everyone. And it's a really good team coordination you're seeing here.
A lot
and
of
it's
discipline.
It's a lot of discipline, and it's forced them onto a save once again. And really,
Well, for Sacramento.
sorry, Sacramento onto a save. Their coordination has forced Sacramento onto a save.
Stars going once again for that early pick, unable to find.
They don't seem to be dissuaded by the barrier. They aren't really pushing it either. They do have, saves, so they're really trying to see if they can bait some rotations maybe. And
That's a lot of utility from Harbor.
wrong person. Sorry. I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's unintuitive. It's it's not easy.
I'll get there. I'm getting better. Anyways,
I don't think anybody starts good at it. I mean,
Malice does get picked off early there, but they do get the information that they are kind of pushing up A, but it does look like they're actually going to start putting some util down B.
Yeah.
B is pretty well held, and they don't have the best health on... somebody gets picked off quickly.
nice pick from the Omen.
They haven't taken sight yet. They do have a lot of pressure there, but they haven't taken the sight or tried to place. Stars at the back gets the flank pick. Really, just they're poking from all sides. They're not really giving Sacramento a good chance to push and engage. Again, they are on a save. While they could have pushed in, they do risk the chance of just.
Reeling them in.
Stars able to get one with his ult.
However,
pick
it
on
will
the
probably get
sandwich.
blocked off by this door. It does get blocked up, and they do escape. However, it buys the time. It's not always necessarily
enough.
about. It's not always about getting the flashy kills. It's about making sure that
Enemy remaining.
I
they
can stun.
just a good team coordination from this team. It's lovely to see as you see. Sorry, I've just been talking a lot. I realize that. But
No, all good. I mean, you've been calling it. That's a great 4K from Stars and a great stun from Micah to stop the push through door. They realized early on that you know, that, you know, we need to start putting people towards C because they can go through door. And, you know, it's a great read.
And it's wonderful to see. I think one thing I've noticed from UMT is it's not always about the kills. They sometimes, or so the eliminations. Well, I really got to start saying that because I'm going to get in trouble. It's not always about the eliminations and not about the flashy plays, but they sometimes lead to that. It's really about this coordination, taking space, making sure that they just have good control and good read. They do get deadlock ripped off early at the start here.
Yeah, it looks like Stars once again for an early peek, and this time he was punished for it. Mouse is going to get a pick onto Ren.
They are planning on C. They did use Fatal to really make them play cautious. They don't have that sound, so they don't know where anyone could be playing. And it does allow them to get the free plant onto C.
And it turns out being able to hear in this game is a massive...
Oh, KJ ult comes out from Sacramento. At this point, it's just a game for time. No, he does not clear high. Oh, that is unfortunate. Omen does get the pick onto Malice. Unable to stop the ult.
Yeah, I mean, and now UM is running short on time. It looks like they're going to go for it anyway. Soren's going to get it picked onto Omen. Let's see if they clear backside.
Doesn't clear backside.
Sneaky Taco's going to get it picked onto Soren. Draken's going to get the trade, but it doesn't look like there's enough time. Micah's looking to save.
Yeah, Micah is forced to face. Mango Lemur really playing, again, like we said earlier, Mound is going to be the place unless you expect someone behind you.
Right.
And it does have that value, and it's just unfortunately unable to claim it out for University of Montana.
Yeah.
However, good round from both sides.
Yeah, great round for both sides. You know, it was a great usage of Killjoy's ult from Sacramento to, you know, buy them just that little extra time, because it really did make the difference. You know, another 2-3 seconds, it could have changed everything.
So now the question is going to be, how aggressive is Stars going to play here? It did punish them earlier, but that doesn't mean they can't do it again. Just that level of care needs to be taken. We'll see it. Oh, they're kind of defaulting, not really convincing. A little scared. They do have...
Fate is going to use a Prowler to get the information that UMT is contesting.
Omen Paranoia comes out through main, pushing all of UMT players back quite far. However, Sacramento has not taken sight yet.
That Harbor utility really did stall them down.
It really does. Just more utility. He's getting pumped through main. No one's really committing. Oh, good shot from Stars. Really getting that, putting bomb down on the ground.
Well, and he got the information that they did get the bomb back quite early, and it looks like they... Alright, Sam's just going to get the pick onto Dracoon. Both teams realize that, you know, C is probably now the play with how many players are on B and collapsed onto it. It looks like Sacramento has at least front side control, but not enough to plant. And every second they take, you know, UMT is coming. Plant's going to be initiated.
Spike planted.
All right, we're going to see a Breach ult come out from UMT and a Raze ult. All right, Mouse is going to get picked onto Mango Lemur. Micah's going to get picked onto Ren. Mouse is going to get a second pick onto Sandwich, and Stars is going to clean it up. And that is another round for UMT.
A lot of ults came out, though.
Has a lot of ults.
But they did need to save, and they've now gotten the rifles. So the question is, does that put... That's going to put Sacramento back onto a save. So, again, it's just this... It's just very interesting to see.
It's close.
It's close. It's
not just, you know, the eliminations. It's, you know, it's the economy in both aspects, right? You know, sometimes, you know, you see something where, you know, ults get held on for too long, you know, waiting for the perfect moments, and both teams are using... Right, they're playing coordinated, they're in sync, they're buying together, they're saving together. You're seeing just enough util usage, and especially in the form of ultimates, that, you know, that they can just keep getting their ults back. There's always at least one ult up.
Ooh, Mouse getting aggressive here. Ooh, is he able to get the information? Does he? He does stay. He does have the gun. So, oh, does get paranoid out. Doesn't tag.
He's going to get seen by the Fade Eye.
Again, just playing time. It's not always about how many you can eliminate. However, how long you can stall.
A lot of really good ship damage we're seeing here from Malice. Unfortunately, he's going to get picked, but Soren's going to trade him out and get one more.
I definitely know where Soren is. That's 5. I'm going to stop mentioning every time I fail.
Let's see, Ren is very, very
good stun.
low.
Getting all 3
Great
of them.
stun.
Spike down A.
And Soren
Oh.
is traded out by Micah after a sick 4K.
For a second there, I thought we were going to see the ace.
Last round.
I honestly thought so too, but that reach stun was brilliant. I mean, this team, it coordinates. And it's I think they may have not had the most great start.
Right.
I think on that bind, there was a much better set. Sacramento had that set play, knew what they were going to do, and really took the start here. But UMT is able to come back and adapt, and I think that's what really has allowed them to take control of this game so far.
It's great adaptation.
It's great adaptation. Yeah, simply that.
And like here we see it mixing up. It looks like Sacramento was looking to punish Stars again for that early aggression, but this time he has two teammates that back him up, Dracoon and Soren.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
Oh, we see an interesting flank here from Fade. Yep, Ren's gonna get the pick onto Micah, lurking through B.
Isn't cleared out. Does get picked off,
Yeah,
but does get traded off. Sandwich now dead, and Raccoon currently on the flank, able to maybe potentially see this A push from a different angle.
that's a 2v2. We'll see if Stars. They're so close to each other. Fade and
Spike planted.
Deadlock. That go too fast. They'll turn around and they might get you. You go too slow.
Especially with that 30 HP, you do have to be quite careful around corners.
Oh, Stars is gonna find the timing on,
my
on
gosh.
Ren.
The crazy amount. KJ playing offsite does have utility on the bomb or the spike.
Last player
oh.
standing.
Sneaky Taco is gonna get the pick onto Stars. Dracoon's gonna use Wingman to
Accidentally pressed left click instead of right click. That happens. It's super unfortunate, but can they still claim this?
Tell me I'm my lover.
Ooh.
Oh, he might have time. He's halved. Sneaky Tacos is going to get a headshot onto Dracoon, and that's going to be the round. Although Sneaky Tacos doesn't make it out.
Switching
And-
sides.
We do see the next switch to the side. All right. Wait, do I have to do this?
Yep.
No. Switch side also means I have to press buttons in game. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Wait, actually, no, I don't. Look.
Bear with us as we change the.
Red is still. No,
the
we're still good.
UI.
We're still good. We don't have to change UI.
Oh, we don't have to?
No.
Is it just
okay.
the colors?
It's just the colors. I
Oh,
thought we had to
excellent.
Whew. I thought we had to change UI. We're good. It never happened.
Yeah, like we're just casters and players. We're not the technical people.
We're casters. When did this happen?
As of today, actually.
Oh, crazy.
So.
Alrighty, it does look like they're trying to push a heavy aggression on A. With the 3 stack, though, we could be seeing another thing
Yep.
we saw in Bind, where they have that heavy aggression, but Omen already... Oh, no, not fully rotating up, just getting a better position.
It looks like that Sacramento is going to rely on KJ utility to watch B. And we're seeing that combo again on an excellent pick from Malice. Traded out by Omen.
Absolutely wonderful classic. See, classic is deadly.
It is.
It is deadly. Oh, I'm realizing I'm watching
It's
the wrong
an
person.
it's an easy weapon to underestimate, but
It is.
Ren going to get a pick onto Micah. Omen going to
Spike
get a pick
down
onto
A.
Soren. It is now a good
Huge
headshot from
flick on
Dracoon.
Raccoon. Oh, my.
Very good flick. Dracoon needs help here.
They do know what they are, but again, stalling it out. They don't need to necessarily get massive value, just long enough.
Stars going to get the pick onto Sneaky Tacos. Dracoon going to get the pick on the Mango Lemur. Suddenly it's a 2v1 in favor of UM.
Last player standing.
Ren's going to get pick onto Dracoon. Still plenty of time, 30 seconds. That's a lot of time to work with.
And they're both
30
1
seconds
HP,
left.
1 bullet. 1 bullet will decide.
Oh, I think Stars is going to get him, and he is.
That's well done, University of Montana.
And the plant for the money. Gotta get that extra 300
Oh,
credits.
it didn't go off.
Oh,
Unfortunate, it happens. It's a bit of timing.
that's all right. I think if we push tab real quick, I think we're still doing just
Just fine, just
economically.
fine.
Yep. Actually, both teams are surprisingly low money. I mean, we are seeing UM with a few rifles, and Sacramento is looking to full save.
But we are seeing Malice with that not Spectre.
Stinger,
Stinger.
which is maybe he's looking for that close range fight with the double satchels.
Gets paranoid out. Omen does get aggressive. He does get spotted, though. Tries to escape. Again, these are classics, which means even though he's seen doesn't mean he can do anything. Spam through smoke, doesn't hit anyone.
And it looks like Sacramento's going to back off and give the space to UMT.
We do have the flank. So there's
Ooh, good pick from Stars. Good pick from Dracoon.
Really?
Double flank.
massive lurking, getting control of B and C if they want it.
has
Alright.
2/3 of the map for control, it looks like.
No charges. Walls up.
They're really just cornering Sacramento into a corner.
Dracoon gets a dink onto Ren, and Stars is going to come in and clean up.
Beautifully done. Oh, whoa, whoa, watch that stun. Beautifully done. Really just, these players are playing extraordinarily well together. They're taking space, and they're just, I think at this point, they've gotten really well into Sacramento and just been able to control and read Sacramento into a point where they can't do much. The question is, the question of the hour is, can UMT maintain that and really send this map home?
Yeah, I mean, we can clearly see that this is UM's map, right? I mean,
Clearly.
10-4, but, you know, momentum is a crazy thing.
Bayern was Sacramento's map, and they turned that around quite nicely. So you just don't know until the game is over. It's not over until it's over. Ares is not nearly as good as a Phantom, and Junsao, the Omen, the Omen, takes Malice out.
Ah, yes, it's that thing again. Some spam, looking to maybe get at least some chip damage onto UM. Unable to find any.
Harbor Cove does protect the plant. They do get it down. The strength, just quick.
And the Viper Wall comes up. It looks like Soren's going to use his, I believe this is High Tide, to try and regress and establish presence on site.
Oh, but he does get stunned and prevents any extra value there. UMT going to try and collapse. Do they try and ping bomb here?
Sneaky Tacos. Micah in a 1v5.
And they ability defuse. Does get some extra frags. But it's going to save the rifle.
Just swapping in new fusion cells.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if, you know, the Bulldog sits in that weird place where I'm not sure if it's worth saving it or not. You know, it could have been worth going for more damage, maybe not. I mean, we had the money anyway, right? I mean, we're not too worried about the finances. But
We also have the rounds too, so, you know. But at the same time, some people prefer the Guardian over a Vandal.
yeah,
I'm
true.
definitely not that person.
especially at long range.
Yeah. So there's definitely the potential of just the Bulldog offering that little bit of extra advantage that you don't need to rebuy if you don't have to.
That's true, and I mean, Micah does seem to be doing work with the Bulldog, so I can't blame him for holding on to it.
I mean, have you seen the gun buddy? It's a Bulldog.
That's true. I mean, it's hard to pass up that kind of synergy.
Viper might be getting a little aggressive. It does get punished by Stars. Giving C-Site quite nicely onto...
And KJ appears to have left site, so this is great timing for UM.
The Omen does get to both our Rays and our Harbor, well, named characters, were taken out. So this has now gotten to much more of an even fight.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty even. I mean, UM has bombed down. They are down a man,
But we do have ultimates, so we're not out of it. We have
They're-
two massive ultimates that can take two people out pretty quickly.
and they have quite a bit of stall and initiation for if they need to reaggress. Well, Stars is gonna get one with his ult. Unable to find the pick on the Sandwich. Sandwich is gonna get him. Dracoon's gonna get the trade. Dracoon, unfortunately, in 1v3 is unable to get it. And it looks like Sacramento will get the defuse, bringing the score to 10-6.
Spike is diffused.
Excuse me. Bulldog!
We are once again seeing the Bulldog.
It is from
And
a
it looks like a Marshall from
Dracoon.
from Dracoon. It looks like we're on a light buy now. I'm interested to see how they take eco rounds because we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of it this map.
That's entirely true. They've really not needed the opportunity, but they now have it. So yeah, and we have seen on Bind they really did strive and did pretty well with their ecos, especially with their lurks and not really giving much intel. So very interesting. KJ does seem to be having you two set up on B, just jiggle picking off of it. Doesn't need to aggress. Gets a little bit of information.
Yep.
Backs off.
And we are down to a 4v4 now. Still plenty of time on the clock.
Losing 2 major players for both teams. This is quite still even.
UM showing a lot of aggression A.
Sorry, I have to see this.
Oh, and Stars is
gets
going to get the pick, and he's going to get the rifle. He's
massive
able-
upgrade.
Yeah.
There is still a Viper there that can easily do a late trade. Have to see if that punishes them, but currently having a good flank. They do have B for free. Again, that Viper still lurking around. Not entirely safe.
Yeah, we'll see if Stars is able to get
30
some early
seconds left.
picks on Sacramento, but looks like Sacramento is going to opt to go through breakable
Last
door.
player standing.
Stars now in a 1v3. Fuse is initiated, could be worth saving. It looks like he's gonna try to get some damage in there, and is unable to stop the plant.
Still a good round from both teams this round. I mean, we're now, again, like I said earlier, it all comes down to that momentum. And if, like I said earlier, UMT has to maintain it. And it does seem like Sacramento, they're getting a little bit of that back. Really trying to come back here. They're not going out easy. Oh, timeout coming
Okay.
from
From UM.
which I think is perfect. This is a
is a
perfectly
good
timed
time.
one. I think this one really is one that needed to. This is exactly perfectly timed. I think this is exactly what we need to see here. So the real question is, what do we think we're going to see on the outside of this? What is going to be the conversion attempt?
You know, it's really hard to say at the moment. You know, I think UM is starting to get punished by that early aggression. You know, I think now we are beginning to see Sacramento adapt, and you know what the answer could be is just to play a little more passive, right? You still use utility to control the space, right? That map control is still really important. But you know, at the same time, you know, they need to be careful now because they don't have their economy is starting to get away from them, right? It's starting to turn around, and honestly, I think that this is right. They took a timeout at an excellent time.
This is exactly when you need to reevaluate. You do have some big ults, and they can be used. They just got to be used very strategically, and I think that's going to really impact these next couple of rounds. Is just how we see these abilities and aggression used in a way to that both teams are affected by.
Right, and UM does have, while attack is generally considered more difficult, it is a three site map.
Yeah.
You know, and so they do have quite a bit of agency as, you know, to where they go, how they want to do it. Oh,
Almost gets timing swung there.
Mouse is going to take a fair amount of chip damage. UM is going to commit the Harbor ult into taking A site. And it looks like it is going to be a pretty strong ult. Big pick from Omen, being able, getting a collateral on Dracoon and Malice.
I'm really trying to find the people. There we go. It wouldn't press.
Micah and Stars looking to be in a bit of a troublesome spot. Stars able to get the pick. All right, and they're able to convert a second pick from Mango Lemur, lurking through B, and B site is now free. KJ, a little bit of KJ utility still.
They aren't planning on it, so it isn't that big of an issue, but KJ is still there. Ooh, unfortunately, that does not hit anyone.
Uh-oh.
Walks
Yep.
into the... unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate timing.
Breach is there, left by himself now, and does get swung as he tries to escape.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Both players there, back turned toward the opponent at just the worst time.
Oh no, you don't deserve.
That's another one of those moments. You know, a second later, a second sooner, it could be different.
It could be different choke. What are you spamming? One small little difference. That KJ gets shaken. Yeah.
And it's a lot of angles to watch on B. You know, I think it's probably one of the more difficult sites to. Well, I mean, for the defenders to hold, but even for the attackers, you know, you have to maintain some type of site presence.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, it was just unfortunate. I mean, especially with an op just sitting there behind you, just there's not much you can do. Now the op is going to be put it up C, which That does look like UMT is going to try and push, which could cause a few issues as that. Oh, but the op does not seem to get anyone.
Op does not connect. That's going to force KJ to have to back off. We're once again seeing this aggression from Malice, taking a lot of space very quickly for the team.
With a Marshall, though, so aggression could be easily converted back onto them.
Looks like Stars is going to commit a barrier to block CT. And Dracoon's going to use his ult to try to find information about where the remaining Sacramento members are.
Ooh, nice shot from Malice, getting that nice flick onto the KJ.
And Soren getting that pick onto Viper.
They are currently huddled up B, so we're probably going to see a push out of...
Yeah, we might see a push out a door here. Micah's ready for it. We'll see if they commit a flash to getting out. Mouse is going to get a good pick on the Omen.
And UMT definitely
UMT
just coming back, holding the site down, and really playing strategically. I think that was well-coordinated aggression, and they were lucky. You know, they handled that op pretty well. Oh,
Yeah, and now we see a timeout from Sacramento looking to maybe stop some of UM's momentum.
similar to the first round is, I think it may be with how we've been seeing these timeouts be used, it's a very much a possibility that they just don't want UMT to really get any lead ahead of them.
Right, hit their stride and, you know, just run away with it. And to their credit, is getting close. If can we push tab real quick? I
Oh,
want to
yes,
see
I'm on
the economy, because so if they don't commit this round, or Sacramento doesn't commit, you know, the spending the money this round to try and win it out, then when it comes to, you know, 12, you know, match point for then they have to win it. Or, you know, maybe they wait one more round and then try to bring it back from there. It's a tough spot to be in.
I mean, last time during similar position during this last map, we saw Sacramento do a force buy the round before UMT tried to get that 12 round, and they've lost the force, then proceeded to lose the save. So we may see something different. We may see the same, but really it's be very interesting to see how they handle this. It does look like they're buying up.
Yeah, they are committing to this round. Sacramento is.
They
pulling
have
out
ultimates.
all the stops.
They have ultimates. They have ways to get on and maintain. So the question is, can they get on? And and then the second question, can they maintain?
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's really hard to say. It looks like they do have an idea that is going to hit A, so they kind of have the right read. Both Viper and KJ on B side, meaning that Sacramento will have a fast rotate. A great pick from Stars onto Omen. Mouse is going to take down the Phoenix ult.
Pushes in deeper, just a hold. Doesn't want to give them any space. Stars is taken down by Ren.
Micah trades.
Mango Lieber then takes out Soren.
Looks like Soren was trying to look through B sites, and Sacramento was ready for it.
Ooh.
Micah, however, on the counter flank.
But then also, KG on the counter flank gets taken out. KG might be able to trade. Ooh, just spot.
Oh, Micah's going to spot him. Yep.
Hasn't got traded out and is still there. Uses stun just to get out, but is traded out by Samich. They're taking heaven. Uses Molly just to slow it down.
Bomb is planted at this point.
One enemy
Dracoon going to take down Samich.
2v1. KJ does have ultimate. KJ uses her ultimate. It will only push them back into
Tree.
That's what it's called, tree.
In the tree. I mean, they could open door and then try to loop back around through main, but
They do have ultimate, so they can play off of this. They're not. I don't think they're gonna be too worried here.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to commit the ult to it, but Dracoon's just going to get the pick anyway, which is a little unfortunate for.
Well, you say that, but as we said earlier, they're gonna be forced into that save. They're now
Right.
gonna be forced into save. They might be
Yeah.
able, so they're gonna be able to buy one
Yeah,
rifle,
they
maybe
have
two.
to force.
They have to force, and they're not going to be able to fully buy. And I think at the end of the day, the ult, while unfortunate, no value, at the end of the day, it hopefully won't play too impactful on the save round that follows.
And I don't think it will. I mean, we now see that Micah's breach ult is online. And
No one is watching C at the moment. Oh, that's...
Oh, and is looking to hit C. This could be huge. We'll see whether or not they get the read if there's anyone there before committing the ult, or if they want to save it for post plant. They at least look to stun. Oh, they're just going to grab the orb and back up. Interesting. thinks that Sacramento is stacked C,
Or B.
and Sacramento assumed that was going to push aggressively A, and now Sacramento is backing up and going And both teams are now going B.
They do have an Omen on that. Lurk could press the button here. Oh, but they aren't committing. Oh, they're just moving them around the map. It's like tag.
It's, yeah, I mean, Sacramento stalls out the push. Although, while not very aggressive, onto B side, I mean, I think they got all the info they needed and decided just to back up. They're now looking to re-aggress A. KJ and Fade holding site.
Do have to say, they still have breach ult.
They still have
Soren
breach
is
ult.
taken down by Omen on the flank. Upgraded to a rifle.
Looks like has full A site control. They're looking to plant soon. Dracoon's beginning to plant. It is a 4v3 post-plant. 4 being in favor of Sacramento has Viper ult and Omen ults. Still has the breach ult they're holding on to. Mouse gets a great headshot on the Mango Lemur.
Oh, but is taken out, unfortunately, by their Omen. Still, it's a 2v3. Ultimates are online.
Looks like Sacramento's opting to go Heaven to try to retake site.
Off your feet!
Here comes the breach ult from
Stun stars.
Sneaky Tacos is going to get Dracoon. Sacramento is running out of time, however.
One enemy remaining.
Again, they are on that
And
pay, which is just going to hurt
is
them.
going to clutch the round for Map 2 goes to the University of Montana.
13-8. GG from both sides. Wonderful gameplay. And I think that was just, honestly, nothing more could have been asked for. Both teams should be very happy with how they played. It was extremely amazing to watch.
I think so, yeah.
Do you want to let the...
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, both teams played very good. And that's ultimately going to be a match win for U of M. 2-0.
But two amazing games from both sides.
Two very, very close games from both sides.
Alrighty, I think we're good. That was amazing. Thank you guys all for watching. We will eventually see you. When's the next game? Next Monday. All right.
All right.
Have a good night, everyone.
Pitch yourselves.
Oh, yes. Once again, I am Ace of Spades,
And I'm Cryptic. We're both on the Valorant Tan, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time.
and we'll see you guys next time.